Bourbon Junkies.
He's Dan, I'm Sean.
And today,
I'm wet.
because
It was
we're
raining.
reviewing
I had to dig a ditch.
Dixon Dedman's new 2XO release, the Innkeeper blend. All right, so
Today.
we're back. This is our first review since we were made fun of by our dear friends.
It was the best.
It was literally the best.
I would like to say a personal thank you to them both,
Yeah.
Dan Like and Matt Porter,
Yeah.
for doing that for us because Dan was on vacation and couldn't be bothered to shoot a video.
Sean's like, I have to drive home from Florida, and Sean's like, dude, you gonna be home? I'm like, I don't know, man. We have a 3 and an 8-year-old. I don't know when we'll be home, if ever, honestly.
The answer was,
But Ryan Alves came up with this great idea. We called Matt at Ryan's house, and Matt goes, sure, man, I can do that. And then that's what came out. Sean edited it. It turned out freaking awesome. So it was hilarious.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys hadn't seen it, I'll throw it up top.
Here's shout out to ADHD Whiskey and Dan Lake. Okay.
Oh, you want to tell me about this?
What? Okay, I've drank this much of it.
Why does this smell so much better than the first one?
Just got it, and I have put an absolute beating into this bottle. She's a gal, dude. This bottle is $100-ish, give or take. Got it from Justin's House of Bourbon in Lexington, Kentucky, so there's probably some there if you want some. This is the Innkeeper's Blend, which is the second release of Dixon Dedman's new brand, 2XO, which is 2 times oak. So the first one, I think the things we knew about it was around 5 years old. He's using cubes to finish whiskey.
Is that a burr rye?
I was a big fan of the first one. I don't know anything about this whiskey-wise other than that. That's the second one.
That's fair. We know nothing. You
104
guys don't
proof.
expect anything. It tastes like a boo rye.
Dude, it smells, and we don't, like I just said, we don't know anything about it. It smells like Barton to me.
Oh,
Does that not smell like Barton? Which just makes me, I'm the biggest Barton fan. I've just learned
It's got
this.
a hint of that like banana nut bread, like muffin on it. It's really, really sweet. It's oaky as heck too.
It smells so phenomenal. Now,
Do I get a
again,
hint of barbecue sauce?
Big fan.
Like, am I really just left field in
it'd
this
have
one?
to be sweet barbecue.
Yes, I'm good with that.
A hint of smoke.
No one saw that all over my foot, right? I was really trying to rinse her up to the edge. Because I get like a sweet, subtle smokiness
I see why
about
you
it.
would say, is it a burr rye, though, now that I drink it.
Dude, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So it goes, I get all the bourbon, and then it kind of like hits this mid-palate like honk, and then just comes right back up with all the finish.
I don't think you can convince me there's no Barton in that.
Okay.
There's either Barton or Jack. I don't know Dixon's resource on this.
I already snuck a drink
but
when you said Barton,
Yeah.
and I went, yeah, feels
it's
right.
Barton or Jack, but is the profile it fits, I would say. I don't know what's in it, but I assume because it's part of the 2XO series, which again could be wrong, but I assume that it has the cube finishing
stays?
as well. I know
I get like a really weird note off of it that I got on the Bardstown Origin rye that has the cherry on it.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know, like it could just be my mind trying to put like a cherry oak into it.
I'm such a big fan of this. It's maraschino cherry for me with that banana, almost like a banana Laffy Taffy, like confectionery sugar sweet.
It says double bearing process, so I'm gonna assume that you're right, and there are finishing staves on this or finishing cubes. And
This
I feel
cube
like
thing-
cherry is in there.
Dixon's on like a burner with this idea. Like, I just love it. I love how he's executing these because I would like the first one a lot. This is better than the first one in my brain. I'll try this first one in a second, but this is better than the first one in my brain. Both the same price. Both beautiful bottles of whiskey.
Yeah.
I do like the new addition to the...
It reminds me of like a wine label,
yeah.
like how clean they normally are.
I like the addition of the gold there.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Here, I'll keep 2 in my glass. How about that? I'll keep the Innkeeper's blend.
So I get like almost like a flambéed banana on the palate.
Okay.
Finish is the warmth, the spice, which would lead you to a burr rye-esque, thing, like a rye spice.
I get a lot of banana nut muffin in my palate.
Yeah.
And that's why when
It
you said Barton,
lingers.
I was like,
Lingers like a lot. Holds on. I think that's great. I really do. I think that's great whiskey. All right. You have Innkeepers. I have Phoenix.
because like It's so weird with the palate because I get like bourbon up front, and then it like hits down, and then I get like what I would assume is like a rye spice or something like that in the back end, and through the entire thing is just like that subtle hint of banana nut muffin. Yeah, it's so wild
in such a great way.
Yeah,
like
it's not like
in like
nutty.
in a sugary sweet. Not savory. I don't want to say dense. Dense is the word. Not savory. Dense.
Oh yeah.
In like a dense way. Like it hangs around.
Like when someone makes a cake and you're like, that's dense.
Dude, a dense cake, a good dense cake is maybe one of the
gotta
best
be moist,
types. Yes, that's important.
You snuck that in there.
See, this one's more red fruit.
Really?
Phoenix is way more red fruit.
Okay.
That was more banana. Innkeeper's more banana. Isn't that different? Like way different than the second one.
It's like a lot lighter, brighter.
Yeah. I don't think we knew anything about this either. I think we just knew it was around 5 years old.
I don't think you're supposed to know anything about them other than that he is blending them and using finishing cubes to make them.
This smells great
This
too.
is so much more interesting.
Which one?
The Innkeeper.
Really?
Yeah. Like there's a lot more going on. I really like that one. I just think this is more interesting. Holy smokes, going back to back. The syrup note I get off that reminds me of Woodford Double Oak.
Really?
Yeah. It really pulls out how rich that is.
So on the Phoenix now I get like it's like all red fruits. Whereas this is not that. It's the opposite. It's like the banana, darker, heavier,
This
denser.
is more of a double-barreled product for me.
That okay. Okay, we've already reviewed this. So great on Innkeepers.
Flat A at $100.
At 100.
Dude, flat A.
It's so
That's
good.
fantastic
It's
whiskey.
so good.
It's interesting. It's different. I mean, at $100, it doesn't feel cash grabby in any way, shape, or form.
Dixon doing cool shit.
104 proof.
When you go back,
that feels great.
You're right. I completely. When you go back, the complexity here
way higher.
Is higher than the complexity on the first. And I, again, big fan of the first one. Like not to write off. I'm not writing off the first one here. I would actually say that I would buy this and then like rehab it if I emptied that.
If like this was a normal shelf product, absolutely. I would always have a bottle of this.
Like going back to Kentucky, I would buy another one of these for sure. I think that's phenomenal. And listen, $100 is a lot of money. It always is. It always has been.
It gets less and less in whiskey these days.
But in theory, yeah, it's becoming more normal. I think that there's a lot of really mediocre, not great meh bottles at 100 right now. I think this is a good bottle of whiskey at $100. So
I don't think anyone that actually enjoys whiskey is going to be upset with that because I think there's
I agree with
something
that.
that's like very interesting about this bottle. It's very inviting.
This almost smells like cherry Sprite. When I say this, the
In
Phoenix,
yeah.
Smells like cherry Sprite after if you bounce back and forth enough.
Man, like I didn't feel
refreshing.
like this really had that double oaked nose on it or palate until I had the first one.
That's so good. I'm so excited to like continue following this journey. This is exactly how I got so excited about Blue Run. So I had like two things. I'm like, ooh, I like the next step in this process.
Yeah.
And like this is exactly the same path. We're heading down the exact same road, which is a humongous problem for me. So, Dixon, come on, man.
Good news is, I think he's putting them out a little bit slower than Blue Run is.
Maybe, yeah.
And at half the price.
Yeah.
So, you got
no,
that
I
going
paid
on.
like 80 for most of it.
0.1.
What?
0.1.
Which one I paid 80 for?
Yeah.
1, 2.
I guess we're good then, huh? I was gonna say, most of those are single barrels, you liar.
They are. Okay, all my $80 ones are over there. Okay, it's not my fault.
I forgot you had this. I wanted to steal that.
Is that the 13 or the
14?
Fuck, that one's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, isn't that so good?
Oof, dude, that one's actually a lot better. I love it. Like that, I don't know what we gave the first one. I want to lower the grade on the first one.
I gave
how good
this a higher
one
grade
is.
than you did on the first one.
I think so.
And then, but this, when we opened this had the thing that I like in Blue Run, which is the younger note, where it's more red apple, but it's a little bit harsher.
Yep.
I like that in that. This one is way darker, more complex,
that one
heavy.
Moves to like a B+, maybe a flat B for me. If this is a flat A.
Yeah.
Because I think that is that much better.
I think it's better, which is cool because I think it shows like
progression.
All I want is progress over your brand. Like, hey man, just show me the next batch is also good. Don't just like good, flop. Don't do that. That's all I don't want. That's good though. I love that.